ABC 36 News at 12:30. Your local news source.
Welcome back. With food and drink at the center of so many holiday celebrations, this can be one of the most challenging times of the year for folks who are trying to watch what they eat and keep a healthy eating plan. Well, here with the advice that you need to get you through the holidays, we're pleased to welcome back bariatrician Dr. Julie Swindler from Medical Bariatrics of Lexington. She checks in every month with some timely topics, and I was just at a dinner last night with some other ladies, and everybody was worried about weighing in next week and whether they should have this appetizer or this treat, and it is a common problem for so many people to fight the temptation through the holidays.
It is. We finally made it to that big holiday rush where we have Christmas and then right around the corner is New Year's. And when people say, well, what does that equate to? Well, in my line of business, that equates to cookies and alcohol. So, we've touched on some of the cookie aspects of things. And today I've had a lot of requests for folks to talk about alcohol and dieting. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit. The main thing is I have a lot of my patients coming in and they're saying, you know what? I know I shouldn't be drinking the alcohol because it's empty calories, right? And my answer to them is, yes, that's correct. In fact, do you know how many calories are in a Long Island iced tea? Like 8 ounces of it?
I don't know, but I've heard a lot.
It's more than 425.
Wow.
Yeah, and most people, if they're having one, they usually don't have just one. So that can add up very quickly. But more importantly, it's actually what the alcohol actually does to our bodies. First thing a lot of people don't realize is alcohol is a diuretic. That means it actually takes water away from the cells. This is why a lot of times when somebody drinks, they go to the bathroom more frequently. Well, the cells have to be hydrated in order for them to do very well on burning the calories. So if they're not hydrated, they're not going to burn the calories. You drop the metabolism. It stays low for a solid 3 days after drinking.
So everything you eat along with your cocktails is taking longer to burn off.
Exactly. And that brings it to another point. Alcohol gets metabolized differently in the body. So, if you and I had an appetizer to eat, it's going to go into the belly, and then it goes into the intestine, and then it gets broken down. But if you drink something, it goes into the belly, then it goes into the bloodstream. From there, it goes into your liver. Your liver detoxifies it, which means it is a toxin. And then from there, the body says, well, I can't deal with the food that's in the belly. Instead, I got to deal with the alcohol over here. So it slows down the digestion of the belly. It deals with it over here, and more of this food ends up going to fat, and it goes into the central adipose tissue. And what that means is the beer belly. Exactly.
That's where that comes from.
Exactly. And and the final biggest one is it's a disinhibitor, which means we do things that we normally wouldn't. So, if on Monday and Tuesday we're being really good at what we're eating, come Friday and Saturday we're at a party, we have something to drink, we start relaxing. Pretty soon, before we know it, more appetizers come, we're eating that, and everything else, it goes right out the door. So if somebody were to say, what type of wine, of course I'm going to say go with a red or go with a dry white. Stay away from the sweets. Stay away from the girly foods, or the girly beverages, I should say. They taste sweet because they have sugar in them.
All that fruit.
All that fruit. But the biggest thing I can tell you guys is if you want my best tip is going to be, why don't you volunteer to be the designated driver? I mean, your friends are going to thank you, and more importantly, your waistline's going to thank you the next day.
Well, wonderful advice. Such an interesting way to look at those holiday cocktails that are passed around so much. And Dr. Swindler will be back in January. We'll check in and see how those New Year's resolutions for weight loss and fitness are going, too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Be looking forward to it.
All right. Have some great tips on that. Now we're talking about the potential for snow headed our way tonight and through the weekend. We check in with meteorologist Mary Wasson next with your forecast.